First up, we're here for the coin toss to determine who is actually presenting this episode of Oval and Out. Dan, over to you.
Tails.
Tails is the call. Heads it is. I am going to present. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Oval and Out after day 3 of Surrey versus Essex here at the Kia Oval. Amazing day for Essex. Young Charlie Allison scoring his first class 140 to leave Surrey needing loads of runs to win this game. They finished the day 32 without loss and need another 386 to win going into the first break in County Championship fixtures this season. Dan, a really, really good day for Essex.
It was a really good day for Essex, and it's followed a pattern that we've seen a fair bit here at the Oval, where the second and third days, and then increasingly actually during the match, it becomes harder and harder to take wickets. Surrey's six-pronged seam attack toiled hard. They didn't bowl badly by any means, but Essex decided that they wanted to make sure, in a way, sort of make sure of the game. Whether they've done that, we'll come to. And they dug in, and Charlie Allison batted absolutely superbly for his maiden Test century. Quite an emotional moment, actually. And then, once they got to over 300 ahead, I suppose you might say, could they have gone a little bit quicker? Could they have pushed the game on a little bit earlier? And then, might they have declared a little bit sooner? Because they only ended up having 8 overs to bowl at Surrey at the back end of the day, which Surrey's openers negotiated very comfortably. But you would say, all logic tells you that Essex are on top in this game, but our eyes tell us that it's going to be quite difficult, very difficult, in fact, to take 10 wickets on that surface.
Player of the day?
It's got to be Charlie Allison, hasn't it? I mean, all of Surrey's seamers told brilliantly. 4 wickets for Dan Worrell. Jordan Clark again, doing a lot of heavy lifting. It was hard work. You know, Surrey bowled over 130 overs. And don't forget that they bowled in the first innings as well. So a lot of plaudits for them. But I think you can't really look beyond Charlie Allison and his knock today.
Just a quick word for Surrey's over rate today.
Brilliant, wasn't it? +3. I mean, see, it shows what you can do. 6 seamers, and they still got an over rate of +3. So they started it -1, weren't they? That's something that we're going to have a little look at tomorrow, because Essex are -4. They do have the advantage of having Simon Harmer, who didn't bowl a lot in Surrey's first innings. You expect him to bowl more tomorrow, but a lot will depend on how the game pans out, and indeed how well Harmer bowls, and whether or not there's any pressure on his bowling later in the day.
What brought you joy today?
I think what brought me joy today was our colleague Phil Walker slowly grinding his hips into our commentary, table, as Allison got closer and closer to 100. And you could see it was almost like people may be familiar with Dave Bracegirdle at Nottinghamshire and his great affection for Luke Fletcher. Watching Phil Walker today, seeing almost like, the son he never had. Coming to fruition after a really difficult season and making that maiden 100. And he was on comms for when it happened. And, brought a tear to my eye and blood to my shoulders.
We're watching a man fall in love today. It was a really special moment as well. I think for Essex fans as well, that partnership between Allison and Rothesay, 2 20-year-olds in their first season in the first team, getting Essex so far ahead in the game, that would have been a special passage of play for Essex fans to watch. Why should people watch tomorrow? Either coming down to the ground as we hope to break the 21st century record for attendances across a 4-day county championship fixture, or on the stream. Why should people watch?
Well, you can be part of history. If you're one of 2,000 people get down here, then that'll break the record that was set last week against Yorkshire. It's a bank holiday. Notoriously disappointing and hopeless days. You might find yourself, if you're not careful, stuck with your family. No one wants to be doing that. And you've got to go to work on Tuesday, so you need something to kind of delay the inevitable onrush of tedium and misery that's going to come. It's the last bank holiday as well before the end of August. There's only one left between now and Boxing Day. Surely you've got to make it tell. And not only might you be part of history in being part of a large crowd, you could be part of an even bigger history, because if Surrey can pull off a chase of 418, it will be the highest chase in county championship history here at the Oval. It would be a mammoth moment, and it would be a huge signal to the rest of county championship Division 1. Who doesn't want to see that?
How outlandish do you think it is for Surrey to force victory on the final day? Because we saw how quickly runs were scored today, even at the end, when survival was the aim of the game for Burns and Sibley. They still scored at 4 runs and over.
History says it is outlandish, because not only have they got to make history by scoring 418, they've also got A couple of guys in their lineup have only just arrived from the IPL, so they haven't had the same amount of time at the crease and against the red ball. But against that, there's the evidence of our eyes, and we've been here all season and indeed over the last few seasons and seen this game play out a few times before. Not with a massive run chase. That's quite rare. But let me take you to the Hampshire game, where Surrey would have felt they had enough runs. They were defending 370, 380. But in fact, that pitch offered the bowlers nothing on the last day. And had it not been for the intervention of bad light, Hampshire could have got a massive run chase there. So my eyes tell me that it's possible. My head tells me it shouldn't happen. My heart wills it to.
2 reasons why history might be made tomorrow. Come join us either in person or on the Surrey stream. This has been Dan Norcross and Yas Rana. Over and out.